Coming in like 5 seconds late. That's all right. We're good. Just nobody do anything exciting until after.
Now, can I talk to that?
Yeah, you can talk right in here. So Racer X is going to narrate the race and go as a play-by-play.
No, I don't want to do that. I'm not very good. I'm kind of backward on doing that stuff. No, I just want you to shoot me some questions.
Well, what we should do is move towards the back here.
Can I talk to that? It's
Yeah.
sitting there?
It's on. It should pick up stuff here.
How you doing, Mike?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good, mate. Nice to see you. So I can talk to it just like this?
Yeah, it should be picking up here. You say a few things. I'll see how.
Right here. Right here. Right here. You just ask me questions and then I'll answer it. I'll give you what I think, whatever. So, let me just think of some questions and let me know when you're ready.
Oh yeah, sure. When did you first start racing?
It's got to be on.
It is on. It's been on this whole time.
Yes, I been racing since I believe 2003. I started racing with Mark Kittle and them guys down at Route 800 Raceway off of Cleveland Avenue South, and then progressed from there. Went to 12th Street and raced at Mark's Raceway there, and then Mark Kittle moved to Fred Astaire Dancing there on Fulton Road.
The place is actually called Dancing.
Yeah, and we raced there, and then Mark went into the smaller cars, the slower cars like the T-Jets and the traction magnets, and went into racing that. So we stopped running HO down at Mark Kittle's Raceway, and then we have our once a month state race, Ohio Opera. And then we have, like I say, we have a race every month at a different location in someone's basement, and we have two commercial racetracks, Route 93 and Mark Kittle's Raceway.
Mark's been around for a while. He's been in
Yes,
Canton in like
yes,
different places already.
Mark's been probably, this is his third location.
How many years has he been doing the slot car track?
Mark Kittle's been doing that, probably back in the late 80s, all the way through. I believe Mark Kittle has retired from the sport of HO racing probably within 5-6 years ago, and but he is a great racer, a good friend of mine, and he is 3-time modified champion back to back to back, and that's never been done before, let alone win it once or twice.
The retiring from racing, does that give you any benefits?
No, it doesn't. It's something that I wish that I would have got into a little bit younger in my age, but I was busy playing Little League Baseball and softball and, sports, and I never really got into the hobby.
Now, did you have any slot cars tracks?
No. I never had any slot car tracks or anything like that.
My dad always had the Cox cars. We had those, and they had like a ton of track. Set that up every once in a blue moon, and we played those.
Yes.
And then me and my brothers, we had the HO cars, the Tycos.
Right.
It's a lot of those I still have today. Which
Yes. Yeah,
so you guys can run, but you won't run them.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of guys out there that would rather just collect and display than do the actual racing in competition. Everybody is different. Everybody's competitiveness levels is different in everybody. Everybody is not the same. Some people like to come out and have fun and, talk to the guys and, just fool around in that. And some guys are out here, they're pretty competitive. And
how many places do you think we have out here in Ohio that have tracks?
I
Man, we got a lot.
believe we have probably, I say, within 15 locations. But like I say, sometimes we'll travel out of town, go to the Nats once a year. That's, usually out of town, and that's for 4 days.
Yeah, oh, there we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So, where are the Nats at this year? There's Wisconsin, right?
The 2015 Nats, I believe, is being held in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at Lucky Bob's Raceway, which is probably 4.5, maybe 5.5 hours from Ohio. So that's a pretty good drive.
4 hours?
Oh, it's got to be at least that.
I thought Wisconsin was like over by Washington. I gotta
Well,
study my
I don't
geology.
think it's as. It might be just as far or a little bit further than Dayton. Dayton's probably 4.5 hours easy.
We're
So
gonna definitely have to try to hit that one up then. I thought it was farther away than that. I thought it was like a 6 or 8 hour drive.
yes.
Oh, that's our noisemaker. I don't know. He'll probably drown out the camera. With that. You do it on camera. Do you see the laptop? Yeah. We got it all set up to record. Yeah, I got a couple of our videos up there. I got username Calvin the Destroyer on YouTube. Okay. We got a bunch of these videos and a bunch of other videos. Made like $103 last year. So, yeah. I could retire as long as I eat just one packet of ramen noodles a year.
There you go. Got the ramen noodles.
Let's see, it's a lot of fun. Got a nice setup this year, all new cameras, so looks like we're doing a new software, new laptop, so I'm all set to pump out some cool videos. So,
Got the lap counter on both sides.
yeah, I got 3 cameras set up, so that way there, I just hit record and let it run. And then we have the microphone hooked up too, so we're talking through the mic right now. Yep. I still want to make a trip out to that track in, was it Massachusetts? The guy who's got like the Purple Mile and all those big tracks.
That was the Nats 2 years ago. I believe it was in
Yeah, I forget
Boston,
what I had.
Massachusetts.
I had to go somewhere else. So I couldn't go.
That's
You ever been down to my place?
No. Yours is the one that's always in April, right?
No, I haven't had one for a couple of years.
You haven't had one? I probably didn't get to go to it.
We had to have Duro for left.
Oh, jeez. I ran quite a few Enduros, man. Quite a few Enduros.
I always had 1 or 2 state series races a year. And we had Duro.
Yeah, that's super speedway, boy. It's a big track, man. Woo.
What's the size of your track?
The big one's 28 foot.
28 foot?
Yeah, 28 foot. I'm talking about serious horsepower,
I ran
man.
Unlimited on it one year. It was wild.
You go through like one motor a lap? Because this one here, this is 20 feet long by 4 feet wide, and it's a big track.
Mine's 58 foot long and about 6.5 foot wide.
You need some binoculars. It's like, where's my car? Okay, there it is.
Yeah, you gotta have good lights on there. You'll see.
So, by the way, Andy, when did you start slot car racing?
Well, I moved out here in Akron in 2004, and I saw Frank's place there. And it was like don't think I started going down there till like 2006, 2007. Started digging out my old cars, doing what I can with those, and just digging around with stuff. And just I love the 24 scale. I love building my own cars, so that was like a big kick for me.
What cars did you run at what did you run when you first started?
The Tyco 440s.
Tyco 440s.
Those were like
Okay.
the only ones I had that were close to what you guys were racing. And then my T-Jet, which is one I bought from like the 1960s.
Yes. When did you start running the State Series?
I think it was like either 2 or 3 years after I started going down to Frank's.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. You guys didn't even tell me about it. It was like show up one Friday night to go race cars, and no one was there. I'm like, where is everybody? Oh, they went to the
Yes.
state race. I'm like,
Yes.
what's that?
Yes. Yes. We used to run Super Stock and Pro Stock on Friday nights when Frankie was still with us, and everybody had to run a stock arm, and the guys who ran the Super Stocks ran the sponge silicone, and then the guys that ran the Pro Stocks ran the slip-ons. So the guys that ran the slip-ons had a little bit more advantage in the traction because they ran the Phase 2 magnets compared to the G and the Thundercat, but we had a little bit better traction going down the straightaways, and that had a little bit more punch to it. But that's the way Frankie used to run his races, and it was a great time. I miss him. God rest his soul. But yeah, he'll never be forgotten in the hobby of slot cars. So now his wife Debbie and Steve Reed, they're running the shop now, and it's run completely different than when Frankie had it.
Steve should get a nickname. Did you ever have a nickname?
No, Steve never had a nickname. But Steve, when we ran Pro Stock, Steve was very, very good in Pro Stock.
Yeah, he used to race all the time when I first started.
He used to race with us, but he's just more of the builder and and just running the things tonight. He's not real into being competitive and
I love
winning.
The crash and burn races. Those are always fun.
Yes, crash and burn.
You don't need to have a fast car to win, and if everybody else falls off, you just got the lead to go.
Yes. I'm not really into the crash and burn. I like, well, I never was. I rather just run, the road course and race against fellow racers and that, and just, do the best you can do. Have fun. That's what it's all about. And, just hopefully someday that the younger generation carries this hobby on after us old timers leave and retire. But I don't plan on doing that very soon. I'll be 58 in August.
The racetrack's a lot of fun.
Yes.
You get a lot of kids doing the online stuff nowadays, and
yes.
When that stuff starts to wear off, they'll probably look into more of it. But it's like the promotional of it, part of it. You need to get more word out, get more people to see that this is still going on and it's still out there.
Yes.
Like 90% of the people, when I tell them I slot car race, like, oh, that's still going on? Like,
yes.
Come on, wake
well,
up, look around.
that the hobby did die out for a while back in the
AMC started doing bowling
mid
slot
60s,
cars.
late 60s. And then our RC racing, radio controlled, was in too. But slot car racing died out for a while, and then it came back with vengeance, and I don't see it ever dying out again.
We should make ourselves an overlay so we can have like the website, the ohioho.com. So that way there people watching this will know where to go to find the next race.
Yes.
So if you guys want to join in and race with us, you want to go to ohioho.com and check out the race schedule.
Yes. What we really need is we need some new racers to build this hobby up and to start from the bottom and work up. That's what it takes. You're not going to be winning the races when you first start out. It takes a lot of practice, setting up your car, knowledge, and eventually accumulating parts. And like you say, everybody has their own parts box, and they take it to wherever they go, and they got everything in there that they need. And everybody helps each other out. If some guy needs a shoe or a spring or whatever, people are willing to help everybody out, which that's the way it should be, because that shows sportsmanship. And in my opinion, I don't believe that winning is everything. I mean, everybody wants to win, but if you don't, that's no big deal. Just come back the next race, try harder, and just go out and have a good time, and make friends, and have fun.
We need to get the monitor up here so we can see what the scores are. We can't see it from here. Boys back in. So we got one more lap left?
Yes, I started racing back in, I believe, 2003. Started out as an amateur, and then we formed a class called the semi-pro, which is just above amateur and then below the pro class.
Didn't you take the amateur championship too?
Yes, I took the amateur championship, I believe, 3 times. But then again, last year.
That was before we had all the fast guys running.
Yeah. Well, then last year I ran.
See, that's how you can win it again. Just tell them to slow down.
Yeah, I ran with the pros, and ended up finishing 10th in points, which is not too bad because the competition is fierce. The best HO racers come from the northeast section of Ohio, and we got like.
Hey, no. There might be some Amish people that are really good at it.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I believe we got 7, 8 national champions from our group, the Ohio State Hopper group. But it's tough out there. It's a lot of competition. Everybody's good. Some days you do good. Some days you do not so good. But hey. It would be, kind of boring if you would sit there and beat everybody by 50, 60 laps. I like to see close racing, like 1, 2 laps. That's good racing. And
or when your car dies in a fiery ball of death.
Yes.
You're like not doing good, and the car just dies. It's like, yeah, all right.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Go out in a blaze of glory.
Right.
That's what I say. Like a lot of these cars. They run the best right before the motor blows out.
Right. I believe I have ran 4 or 5 nationals now that I've competed in, and that brings out the best in everybody from all over our country, and that's once a year, and I look forward to that every year. It's usually in June for about 3 or 4 days, and it's just great to have all the fellow racers there and having a good time and good competition.
What are some of your favorite tracks?
One of my favorite tracks is RJ's. It's a continuous rail track.
What kind is it? It's like RJ's track.
It's a continuous rail track.
Everyone knows what RJ's track is like, right?
Yeah. I like Route 93's new Wiz track. That's a very nice and fast track.
What do you think about their the oval that Franklin made? The 8-lane oval.
I'm not into oval, But
I've only ran on that like maybe 4 or 5 times.
it's okay. That's all I gotta say
I
about it.
remember Frank used to complain about it. The rails were too high or something.
But like I say, some tracks are harder than others. Some once in a while you'll get one where you don't have to be right on top of everything.
Well, Frank had that blue track for like ever.
Yeah, that blue track I believe is Steve Reed's.
That was a plastic track.
Yeah, the plastic
Tommy.
track. Yes, they had that before the Whiz track. They
You got that hanging on the wall.
yeah,
now,
it's
right?
hanging on the back wall. That's Steve's was his personal track, which is, and we'll just
That
the way
one track we went to in Dayton was really nice. It was a
Yes.
routed track, and it had that like a dog bone shaped spot in it.
yes.
That was really cool.
Yes. I see our group, we're usually run on plastic tracks. I'm starting to see a little bit of decline on that. I think we're starting to head towards more for the continuous rail track. I see that.
How many of the continuous rail tracks do we have now?
Well, we got,
RJ has one.
yeah, RJ has
Route
one.
93 has one.
Route 93, Bill Groffus.
Bill has one. Ben just got one.
Yeah, Ben Dalitz. He just got a brand new Whiz, and we're going to be racing on that in February for the
That's
next
short
state
for
race.
Wizard.
Yeah, for Wizard continuous. Yeah,
Ben does not go out and just have a whiz. He has a wizard track.
yeah. That's going to be next month's race, and then after that, we go to Bill.
Oh, the April one is Andy's, right? Or
No,
Andy?
well, we were supposed to be in Pittsburgh for a race, but later in the months coming here. But I think we're going to have that canceled, and I think RJ is going to take that race over with his Korean continuous track. So, but yeah, we got some. We got.
Everybody else after 3 have 123 for Opie, 121 for Crash,
Oh, there's Ben.
120 for Lloyd, Rondo 119.
Oh, he's not happy.
No, something's going on. Oh, well.
Ben Nalish just showed up in the shop here. He kind of disappeared for a while, and everybody was concerned,
Oh, no, that's all right. You don't need to tell him.
about that. So I'm glad to see him back. So is everybody else. So, but anyways,
So we got, one more lane on this to go, and then we'll be done here.
yes, we're going to be racing.
Can't tell who's winning because these guys have such poker faces. Except for Opie.
Our next.
Really, one thing really cool to see is have one of these tracks with a 4-lane wide loop-de-loop.
Yes.
It wouldn't really matter if these cars can stick to the track upside down.
This track we're on today, Mike Shanks owns it. It's a pretty tough track. It's a pretty tough track. Sometimes some of the tracks we go to, they're not as hard, they're not as difficult, and some of them are faster, some of them are slower. But
So they having a bunch of 6-inch turns.
yeah, 6-inch turns, those are a real pain in the butt. But everybody's got to run them, and usually the gutter lanes is usually a red or yellow, and everybody's got to run them too. So
Did you get to try one of those new controllers, the Third Eye?
no, I haven't tried the new third. I tried them, borrowed other people, racers' controller to try and see what they're like. I like them. I got a new Lucky Bob's, which I like that a lot too. But the new Third Eye, I believe Tom Shepard has them. They cost probably about $350, which is a pretty steep price for some new guys
You
coming
got to
in.
go to Lucky Bob's website to get those?
Well, Lucky Bob's are $250.
$250? So what website is that? The Lucky Bob's is just luckybobs.com, right?
Yeah, Lucky Bob's.
What's at 250?
What do you mean the 250?
What's the website?
Oh,
Are you just talking about the price?
no, I'm just talking about the price.
All right.
I'm not too sure what Bob's website is, but I got it at home. But
I want to see how many laps they have, but I don't. Four seconds.
between four drivers in the A Main Pro, there's 4 laps separating the top 4 drivers.
Wow, they're that close.
Yes, but Mike Shanks is way ahead.
Well, Mike Shanks doesn't count because he owns this track. He
Yes.
probably has a million hours
That's
on
true.
it.
That's true.
He probably sleeps down here with the controller in his hand.
Well, let me know what you're going to do about Ben's race, and then maybe I'll
Well,
talk.
if my phone starts up, I can bring up the calendar and
Yeah,
look.
I'll let you. I'll let you know when it is, and then I'll see if if we can stay at Ben's house.
I've been planning out my vacation days for the year, so I'll probably get those all situated so I know which ones I'm going to.
Because I can't wait to get on that track. That track's going to be really fast. It's going to be a little difficult on the left side of the track. You're going to have to do a little bit of driving, but once you get out of that chicane, and then the middle track to the right is pretty well open for speed. So it's going to be a challenging track.
What do you think about this track?
This track here is pretty tough. It really is.
It's very long. There's like quite a few spots you can go fast, but there's also quite a few spots you can come off. Like,
Yes.
Yellow really kicked my butt on this.
Yes, yellow lane hurt me, and I couldn't really push it in red either.
And then there's that one turn in blue. It's just, I could not get over that turn. It was always tripping
Yes,
me out.
the white lane is pretty nice.
So like really you have like 3 gutters because that blue lane's got that one turn.
Yes. Blue's got a one spot on it. It's a little tricky, but yellow lane, it's a toughie.
Track! Alright, are all the cars in the right direction down there? Marshall.
Looks like everyone just
Alright,
fell
you
off
got
there.
38 seconds. Take a deep
Who
breath.
would ever
Here we
thought
go.
that racing these little electric cars, 64 scale, would ever come to this where the competition is somewhat fierce?
Oh, well, everyone gets into it.
Yeah.
It's really good concentrating. You get into that groove, you start going turn by turn, working your way through that laps, and it just gets really tense.
Yes,
I see someone just fell off. You fall off, you can lose like 1 to 2 laps.
yes.
While you're sitting there on the side of the track, everyone's passing you by.
You know, everybody in this sport, everybody falls off. You know, you're going to wreck once in a while. Some wreck more than others, some don't. But everybody wrecks.
And I mean, I fly off and then I end up on the floor somewhere.
Well, you know, if it falls off the floor and you can't get it, that's going to be a track call. So I think they just got done with the A main in the pro division, and I believe Mike Shanks took the win by a pretty good margin, but then I don't know how it is after that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, for the semi-pros. For the semi-pros, it was Rich with the win at 155, Mike at 146, Andy 144, a.k.a. Calvin the Destroyer. Racer X 139, Clay 135. For the pros, from the bottom, it was Wertheimer at 141, Jim 146, myself at 147, Ryan 156.21, Rondo 156.48, Matt 160, Crash for fourth at 162.44, Opie 162.50, Loy 163, and Shanks with the win at 170.
Well, we use the bullhorn if you want.
And everybody, Rusty Jackson shall be on TV Wednesday morning on CBS on Fix It and Finish It with Antonio Sambata Jr. I will be laying carpet on the show in Rocky River, Ohio. I will be taking autographs if Ryan would like my autograph as the TV star that I am now. I do sign brawls, male or female.
Is that a paid channel?